Hey everyone, welcome to a walkthrough of Morphic. In this video, we'll go through how to best navigate Morphic, how to use all our features, and how to best use it for the use case you're looking for. So let's get started. Now, when you log into Morphic, you're going to open up a file and you'll land directly here into Canvas. Now, every file on Morphic has its own Canvas, Copilot, and Compose. Canvas here is this large area where you'll be able to generate and manage all your assets in one place. You also have the ability to drag and upload assets and work with those as well. This is your main prompt bar where you'll be able to generate across image, video, and audio. If I come to this middle tab, Copilot is basically your internal assistant. So think of it as an agentic assistant for you. Anything you want to create, you can use Copilot to do so, whether that's generating a script, editing frames, creating your shots for your scene, whatever it is. So you can see a few chats that I've created already with Copilot. I've asked it to help me create a storyboard and shot list for my scenes. I've asked it to create character sheets for me, and I'm just hyping it as if it's my assistant and it's doing it all for me. So we see a lot of people starting on Copilot, getting the frames they'd like, and then moving it to Canvas. On the right-hand side, we have Compose. Compose is our built-in editor. Any videos you generate on Morphic, you can piece them together on Compose and see how it all looks tied together. So it's very good for visualizing and seeing what you created. And also even helps bridge gaps. So if you see there's some continuity issues, you'll go back and generate more on Canvas or Copilot. So all three tabs exist within each file. Before I jump into Canvas, we'll also go back and see the dashboard for a second. Navigating back to this dashboard, you'll be able to manage everything here in one place. Whether that's working across multiple projects, you can create a new project for any new idea or use case you're doing, and you have all your different projects here. Within each project, you can create multiple different files as well. That project management happens here. You also have the asset tab where all your assets can be managed in this one place over here. In models, you'll be able to manage your models and edit as you'd like. We'll get into all of these and how they work later in the video. So the entire management stack is here on dashboard. So let's hop back into Canvas and get started. Hey everyone, welcome to a Morphic walkthrough. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all the features of Morphic and how to best navigate the platform for your use case. So let's get started. When you log into Morphic and open up a file, you're going to land into this Canvas section over here. Canvas is going to be the area where you do all your main generations and manage all your assets in one common space. Now, there's two ways of creating assets. You can create assets here using the main prompt bar, or you can drag assets directly from your device into Canvas by simply just dragging and dropping. Now, this main prompt bar over here is where you can type and prompt any generation that you'd like. In this button, you'll be able to select between image, video, and audio. Now, in image, you'll be able to select over here the specific model that you would like to use. Now, we have all the models available in the market to choose from, so based on preference, you can select as you'd like. To see how many credits each generation takes, you'll be able to see the number over here. So you can see when I select a Nana Banana, I can see that it will generate within 3 credits. Now, you can see that it'll change based on the model size. Now, moving forward, here's the settings. Anytime you want to generate an image, you'll be able to select the format. If you want 9:16 or any ratio that you'd like, you can choose from here, and the resolution you can choose from here. Now, of course, quality and other preferences are available here. Now, Morphic does a good job of enhancing the prompt on the back end automatically, so you don't have to necessarily write really long, robust prompts. You can write the most simplest thing like a monkey eating a banana on top of a tree, and it'll generate a very beautiful cinematic studio-grade shot. Now, the same goes with video. If I select video, I can do text to video directly here. And again, I can choose from all the video models available. In videos, you can select your duration. You can select audio on and off, as well as the same resolution and format. In audio, you'll be able to generate either speech, sound effect, music, or dialogue. Now for each option, we also have different models available here. And here you'll be able to select the different voices that you like to choose from. We also have options in different languages. So if you want to select and generate speeches in different languages, the options come up over here. So it's super versatile in terms of what you want to create. Now this is the main prompt bar. If I come back to image, we have something over here called models. Models are essentially any sort of character, object, style, or even location, anything that you want to keep consistent across your generations, you can create a model for it. Now, let me show you how this works. Now, before I get into that, by the way, this is the image that we've generated. All right, we'll come back to this monkey in just a second. Coming back to models. Now, let's say I want to create a model where I have a specific character. Models really help the characters and locations and styles be super consistent across any generation. I have this guy that I've generated over here. Now, when I select him, on the right-hand side, you'll see an option to press Create Model. What this is going to do is it's going to create an entire character turnaround sheet for me. So that way, it'll save it and understand who this, I'm naming him Old Man for now. It'll understand who Old Man is anytime I reference them. And this will allow me to keep this character consistent across any frame I use him in. And I'll show you how that works in just a second. Awesome, so you can see it's generated a full character sheet automatically for him. I've named him Old Man and I'm gonna press Create Model. Now instantaneously this model is ready, and now anytime I wanna create a scene with him, I can select this option, Old Man, sitting in a coffee shop, drinking water, and I can just generate a scene like that. Now I can parallel generate as well. So Old Man sitting at the beach, reading a book. Now I can also even say Old Man running on the road. So this is how I can very quickly generate shots with my character consistently. You can even combine multiple models together. So let's say I have multiple characters in my scene that I'm trying to create over and over again. Let's say this character Leah, I can add her, I can say Old Man and Leah, and I'm talking in a park. Okay, and I can maybe even add one more character, Alex, here. Alex is watching in the corner. We'll generate that. So you can actually combine multiple models here, and I can even create a model for a jacket or any sort of prop as well. Let's delete that and see these generations. Even some. So there we go. He's drinking water. Lovely. Here, a different style got picked up. I think I had selected a style here. Yeah, but it's quite good that, you know, the same character can be applied also across different styles.
Okay.
And he's running as well. Awesome. So in terms of styles, if I want to generate something in a different style, you can even create a style model. So we have a few built-in styles already here in Morphic, so you can choose from any of these. Let's just go with flat anime. I'll generate something super quick here. We'll go in 16:9 flat anime. We can just generate a boy playing in his house, and that will generate in the flat anime style. So this is how style models work as well. We'll wait for that to generate. While this generates, you can see the two characters that we've created a shot for, the Old Man and Leah. Anytime I click an image, you'll be able to see what prompt was used as well as the model. And you have also multiple different options here to play with. So if you ever want to tweak the image, you can always select some options from here, like for example, relight. If you want to change the lighting of the scene, we have that option. And you can use and play around with the settings over here. And there's our third character, Alex, watching in the corner. Great, so this was our image generated by using our prompt and style model. Now let's check, how do we create a style model? Now, to do that, I showed you kind of how to first create a character model, select the character, press create model, and then you can instantaneously create the model. Now let's say, how do I create a style model? Let's navigate back to our dashboard. You want to navigate back here, and on the left-hand side, you'll see this workflow section. Sorry, this model section. On the left-hand side, you'll see this model section. I'll select models, and this is where you can manage them. Now, if I want to create a new style model, I'll press create new model. I can name it style 1, and actually, I can just upload around 5 to 10 images of my style here to create a model for it. You can even edit models. So if I want to edit this character model, I can add more images that I like or remove images that I don't like, right? So let's say you have a character in place where your images are already with you. You can even upload all those images here and press train. It's simple like that. Let's go back to our board. Great. So now we know how models work. Now let's understand how to best use videos. Anytime I generate an image, you can actually select that image and you'll see it has its own prompt bar. So here I can actually turn images into video. I can do an image to video workflow by directly selecting video. Again, your models show up here. I can just say he drinks water and smiled. So we'll do something super simple. So that's how I generate a video from this image. Great, let's look at the video that was generated. Yeah, so that's how you create a video from an image. Now, another interesting part, when I have my video, you can even add audio tracks to this. So if I come back out, you'll see this audio, add audio track. Now, if I want to add some background music or speech or any elements directly on the video, I can do it like this. So maybe let's add a sound effect here of piano. There was piano playing. Maybe let's add people talking in the background, and I can just generate that. Now this MP3 that gets generated gets automatically attached to the video file, and it just makes it easy to make robust videos. So I'll play that. There you go. So you can hear the people in the background. So that's how you add audio to video. Before I move on to audio, let's also look at some of the other options that are available on image. You can directly edit the image using some of the above tools here. We have interesting tools called region selection. This allows you to specifically edit parts of the frame, right? So it's a little hard to do that through image to image. So I can just maybe say over here, there's a sticker of a smiley face. I can add that, generate. Okay, for now, delete these two and bring this here. And some other options also include resizing. So you can actually resize your frame into a different aspect ratio, and it's going to outpaint, let's say, this frame into a 9:16 if I had to. So I can just add that, and it'll generate my 16:9 into a 9:16 shot. So you can definitely play around here. We also have more options on the right-hand side. You can always download your frames here. You can bulk download by dragging and selecting and press download as a zip or download all assets. You can even upscale here on the right-hand side up to whatever quality you're looking for. So that's how you can work with images. Of course, you have the option to do image to image. So if I do want to do like large level edits where this man is wearing a red shirt like that, I can type that in and generate. I'm just gonna select that. Amazing. So now you can see during that region selection, this smiley stickers come up, and then I had mentioned change into a red shirt. So these are all the stuff you can do on an image. Now, if I come to video, you also have similar options. You can do video to video edits. So if I want to say like make the lighting dimmer, I can just type that in. And generate, right, if I have to do a video to video edit. So yeah, you have different options here. I can add that, generate, and you can even do, this is my favorite little hack. If I'm making a cohesive storyline and I know there's a limit of 15 seconds that can be generated through a model. Now Sedence 2.5 also gives us 30 seconds of an output that can be generated at once. But let's say I have a 1-minute story and I need it to be cohesive. I have the option to even extract the last frame to canvas, right? So extracting the last frame to canvas just takes the last frame of this video, and then you can continue and create another video from that. So this is a great way to ensure continuity, right? Yeah, just like that. Amazing. There's also this tools button. This helps you really look and be able to create multiple different things that you can look for, right? So this allows you to basically... We also have a tools section. In tools, you'll find all these different cool workflows that are very unique in nature, right? So if you want to do something like motion control, you can just select this tool and it'll show you exactly how to do it, right? Attach a reference video, attach your video that you want to apply that motion to. So references work really well for that. You can just maybe in the video sections choose reference to video, and you'll be able to add multiple references here and do that accordingly, right? So tools just really help you find how to do that quickly. If you want to do frames to video, you can select that. So all these different flows are there within Morphic. So cool. So moving on to Copilot. Copilot is this basically agent that you have that will help you basically operate like your assistant. So anything you want to do quickly, efficiently, and at scale, Copilot is your best friend for that. So let's say, for example, I'll show you how I used it at one point. So in Copilot, I asked it to give me a script and I gave a context of what the story looks like. It's given me the script here. And then I was just like, create my characters. Now it's given me 3 versions of the character sheet. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. I like this one. Let's go with this one. And I wanted it to generate my frames for me. I said, use this and generate the individual frames for my storyline based on this story. So it has memory and context, right? Then it's given me this output. Now I'm talking to it like it's my intern, right? So like, I didn't like this. It didn't come out in the style I wanted. And these look like storyboards rather than final frames. Only this frame and this frame came out like I want. Then I was like attaching these 2 as references, and I just said there's only one realism shot and the rest are storyboards. I want it like this, and there we go. I got the frames I want. So you can talk to it like an intern. It generates really well for you, and you don't have to manually prompt every single time. You know, it does it in bulk for you. And then I just said turn these into clips using Cadence 1.5, and there we go. It's followed the script, used my frames, and created the shots I want, right? Anything that generates on Copilot, I can always add it back to Canvas. So I can add all my frames here back to Canvas. How I used to work was I would generate on Copilot to start with, add my frames to Canvas, and then if I had to further edit those scenes, I could just do it directly on Canvas over here. On Canvas, lastly, that I want to show you is that you have the ability to section things. So when you're working with a large amount of assets, this is very helpful. I can create a section for it. That way it's easy for me to organize my assets in one place. So I can just name this final set 1 and now move this around as I'd like. Coming back to Copilot, you also have the ability to work with multiple different references. So there's a lot of different use cases here. You can do it for storytelling, marketing, anything you want, right? So for example, I've uploaded a bunch of references here, and I said I want you to use these 3 as my mood board and apply it for this. I want 5 shots with my sunglasses product, and I was able to get those type of shots that I want, right? The best part on Copilot is I can actually run multiple chats at the same time. So let's say I can just do that. I can just pad this out and be like, create 10 images of women. The story is walks around town and talks to people. So just like that, I can have that running, come back, open up a new chat. So Copilot is really good for this. Now, one main thing I want to highlight, which is a very big value prop of Morphic, is the use of workflows. Workflows are essentially any repeatable process that you want to package and run over and over again without manually doing it. So for example, let's say my process is this. My process, coming back here, is I create a script, I upload the script, then I create the character sheets, lock the characters in, then create the shots for my scene. and then animate the scene. Now, this is probably a 5-step process, and you saw me do this manually, each step by step. Now, instead of me having to do that over and over again, I can actually turn this entire chat into a workflow. So I can just write here, create a workflow. And it's going to understand exactly what I was doing here and suggest a workflow that would make sense here. We'll let that generate. So there we go. It's understood that it wants to take a workflow that builds from a short script and produces the full pipeline. Now it'll ask you a few questions so it can tailor it towards what you want. So I just want the full pipeline. I'm going to say that. Should the user be able to customize the visual style? Yes. Submit. Great. Now it's going to build the workflow for me. We'll wait for this to go and create. Meanwhile, I'm going to open up a new chat and show you all these inbuilt workflows that we have. So these are free for you to use. Of course, it takes credits as you use them. You can see the amount of credits it takes. But if you ever want to create your own workflow, that's the way you would do it. So yeah, you can always play around with some of these workflows and explore them. You'll be able to see what is possible. So for example, this workflow takes in one shot in your scene and generates an entire storyboard in one go. So you can run these and see how they work. Let's come back to our chat here. It's creating our workflow still. Amazing. So you saw this created a full workflow for me. I can just press run workflow. Let's see how it works. Great. It's asking me to input a script. I'll just write something random. Cop chases after a dog and realizes the dog is actually evil. Next, visual style. I can describe it myself. It's given it for me. I'll just go for it now. Number of scenes, I want 8 scenes. Yeah, I can maybe edit it to 6. Okay, I can say maybe each duration, maybe 3 seconds, submit. And just like that, I have built my own workflow. Now, if you didn't like the type of inputs it took in, you can always edit the workflow. So in these 3 dots, you'll be able to see the word edit. Now, this exactly shows you how the workflow works. So if you want to add more steps into it, you can. So here it'll guide you to do that. I can just say add more steps. Next. And I can say add a step where I can upload my characters. We'll wait for that to create. Actually, I didn't even have to type it in. It suggested that here right now. I can press that. What kind of step? It can be a custom step. Submit. And that's it. That's how simple it is to edit a workflow. Okay. So the workflow gets edited. And then you can now rerun it and it'll have that extra step added. It's very simple to build these workflows. You can even build a workflow by saying, create a workflow for me that XYZ, what that maybe takes in my mood board references and outputs 10 studio grade shots for my product, right? It can be anything that you imagine. And that's the power of workflows. Lastly, on Morphic, you'll have this Compose tab. Compose lets you basically piece together your video clips and allows you to segment and build out your shots together, right? So if you want to see how your scene is looking with multiple clips, I can do it on Copilot. It has audio as well. I can drag and drop audios if I would like. And I can build my sequence here, right? So it's very efficient to see if anything's missing in your shots, if you need to add more shots, etc. So the whole stack is here across Canvas, Copilot, and Compose. And every file has all 3 of these. So if I come back out to the dashboard, you'll be able to see there's a few things here. You're able to actually create multiple projects. So if you're working across multiple different ideas, I can create one project for each. You can create a new project on the top right here. Name it like project 4. I can press create and you'll be able to see them here. In each project, you can create multiple different files and act accordingly. You'll be able to even select the models here, manage your models. You can manage your workflows here. So this is a short film pipeline I just built, so I can manage and build this here. You can even share it with other people as well if you want. So all those options lie here. Now, in the Asset tab, you have something really important here to help organize. We have something called tags. Now, it gets super messy when you're making and generating multiple different assets, right? So there's multiple iterations you may do and you don't know what's the final asset type, right? So in order to help with that, you can actually tag assets. So I can tag this as maybe the final set. You can even do it directly in Canvas, right? So let's say this was my final asset. I can add a tag right here as well. Oh, sorry. You can even do this within Canvas. So if I had to add a tag, you'll be able to add it on the asset section right here, if I have to. We'll go back. And now if you really want to filter through final set, you'll be able to see what all assets are tagged under final set. So this home dashboard is really built for management. Now let's say you were a large team. Morphic is built very well for large teams. So on the top right, you'll be able to actually invite your team members here. So you'll be able to do live collaboration with your team members. Their cursors would show up once they've joined this Canvas area, and you can work together and you'll see them, and you can generate at the same time in real time. So we have a lot of team-related, org-related features. Live collaboration is one where you can add them here. If I come back to dashboard, in your workflow, you can even add multiple members. So you'll be able to actually generate through a shared credit pool. So if you come back to settings, in this member section, you will be able to manage the members, invite members over here. We also have the option to manage the type of models. So maybe you don't want your team spending credits on Cadence 2.0 because it's super expensive, right? So I can actually turn that off if I had to, right? So text to video, I can turn off Cadence 2.0 and your team wouldn't be able to use that. So model access you can manage here. You can even manage credits and see also how many credits are being used by who. So this is really efficient just for managing projects and budgets. And you can even add credit limits to users. So if you don't want your team member spending more than 50,000 credits, I can add that as a monthly limit for them, right? So all of that is here within the management section, and it's really good for streamlining organizational management and keeping everything in one place. So this is the overview of Morphic. There's a lot that you can do here. The entire stack is there end to end, and I really encourage you guys to try it out and play around with all of it. You'll be able to create amazing things, and whatever use case it is, you'll be able to do it end to end here. So if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out and let me know, and I'd be happy to help. Thank you.